What's up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Red Crimson 102 back again, aka the Black Nerd. I have these Joy-Cons by KINVOCA for the Nintendo Switch. I've been hearing a lot of good things about these Joy-Cons on YouTube. So I decided to get them. I believe they were $40 on Amazon. I'm going to do an unboxing for you guys and a quick test. So it comes with a handle grip, two Joy-Cons, red and blue, and both of them can be charged via USB-C. You can see here there's a turbo function, vibration, which is good, wireless, motion sensor, which is good, and a macro button. So those are all good features, guys. Pretty cool in the packaging, and it comes with the USB-C charging cable. It's cool. To be honest with you guys, this thing feels very cheap. Just a hunk of plastic. Clicky buttons. I don't know, guys. I guess I'll say it feels cheap. The buttons are clicky. The analogs feel decent. I like how they look. But overall, overall, the buttons are very clicky. I think as a whole, they feel cheap. They feel like cheap plastic. The D-pad, I'm real big on D-pads. I guess I can only judge the D-pad when I'm playing the game. That's the best way for me to judge it for you guys. But the D-pad feels cheap too, I guess. It's okay. I mean, it's just cheap overall, guys. I think it's cheap. What can I say? But let's go ahead and test them out. These Joy-Cons are really hard to pull off, guys. Overall, this thing has a cheap feel to it. I guess maybe I have to break the Joy-Cons in. I feel like I have to break the Joy-Cons in when I'm sliding them off the rails. Maybe after sliding them on and off, it'll probably feel looser, whereas I feel like I'm pulling the Joy-Cons off. But I guess that could be a good thing too. Well, I tell you what, first thing I notice is that the KINVOCA Joy-Cons actually feel sturdier on the Switch versus the standard Switch Joy-Cons, which is a big plus, because you know the standard Joy-Cons for the Nintendo Switch, whenever you playing with it, it feels like it can slide off the switch while you're holding it, and that has happened to me before, preferably on the right hand side. The right Joy-Con always slides off even when it's locked, because you know Nintendo built those cheap Joy-Cons, so if you're playing under pressure frantically, it always feels like the Joy-Con could slide off, like my palm is pushing it up. So as far as sturdiness on the Switch console itself, hands down, it's a lot better than the standard Joy-Cons. Now let's try a game with it, see how it controls. Okay guys, so what I'm doing here right now is I'm testing the Joy-Cons out on a fighting game. What better way to test out a new controller? Stop playing the game right there. All right guys, so you know what, also let me check out how they work wirelessly. All right guys, I have the wireless set up on the KINVOCA JoyCons. Let's see how good it plays. And there you have it, guys. Okay. So, my fellow YouTubers, here's my final thoughts on the KINVOCA JoyCons for the Nintendo Switch. Okay, these things out of the box, they felt very cheap to me. The buttons are clicky, which isn't a bad thing. Some people like clicky buttons. I don't like buttons that make a lot of noise, but the buttons are clicky. Every last one of them. Especially the top buttons. The top buttons feel cheap. But the plus is, once you attach these to the Nintendo Switch, they're very sturdy and they hold your Nintendo Switch in place. Sliding the Joy-Cons into the rails, it's kind of has like a tight feel, which is not really a bad thing. That it tells me it's very sturdy and the Switch will hold the Joy-Cons in place. They don't feel flimsy like the standard Joy-Cons for the Nintendo Switch. I feel like it can slide out at any minute. Playing the game, like the thought of the Joy-Cons being cheap goes away. As soon as I got into playing a video game, the sticks felt great. With my fighting games like Street Fighter, I was able to pull off Shoryukens and Hadoukens with no problem. The D-pad is decent on there. I think the D-pad is good. I had no issues as long as it works. So yeah, I mean, I would actually recommend the KINVOCA Joy-Cons. I think they're pretty good. Out of the box, they feel cheap, but once you attach them to the system, to the console, you forget how cheap they feel. The buttons all work. I didn't experience any lag using it wirelessly. So I would recommend them. And I think any third-party Joy-Con is always better than the standard Switch Joy-Cons. So yeah, guys, I mean, there you have it. They work wirelessly, flawlessly, no problem. They were easy to sync up to the Switch, no problem. And I believe I paid $40 for them on Amazon. So I would recommend these, and I'll leave the link down on, excuse me guys, I'm kind of tired, but I'll leave the link down below if you guys want to go ahead and just click on it and go directly to Amazon and order these if you want, or you can actually go on Amazon yourselves and look up KINVOCA Joy-Cons. They also have similar ones with a different branding. I believe they're made by the same people, just under a different brand name, if that makes any sense. It also came with 12 months warranty, as you can see right here. You just scan the back of that. It says free 6 months extended warranty. That's kind of cool. It also came with a manual. I think the manual was pretty cool. Even though people don't like to read nowadays, it's pretty neat that it came with a manual. Instructions are always good. Overall, so far at least, I like the product. I think it's pretty good and I would recommend them. Now, if I guess I would like to see how long these Joy-Cons last me. I take care of my stuff, so hopefully it lasts me, you know, for a very long time, years to come. All my stuff usually lasts me a long time. I never really have faulty accessories that break on me, or maybe I'm just good with electronics like that. Maybe I'm just lucky. But yeah, guys, it's a recommended buy. I like it. I think they're better than the Nintendo standard Joy-Cons. The Nintendo Joy-Con shells feel a lot more premium. Of course, the plastic or whatever material they use to make the standard Switch Joy-Cons does feel a lot better than these. These feel like some cheap plastic. But like I said, guys, once you attach them to your Nintendo Switch and you start playing, that thought of that the Joy-Cons being cheap goes right out the window. I was pulling off JoyCons and JoyCon Hadouken motions with no problem. The D-pad is decent. I actually, you know what? The D-pad on these are a lot better than the D-pads on the Switch Lite. I know a lot of people try to praise the D-pad on the Switch Lite, but I think they're just faking their line. The D-pad on the Switch Lite is terrible and is unplayable. These are a lot better than the standard Nintendo Switch Lite built-in D-pad. Analog felt good as well. Overall, this controller is a lot better than the Switch standard Joy-Con. So if you guys are tired of the standard Switch Joy-Cons, I will get these. They're a lot better. You will not be disappointed. You guys have a good one. Sorry for ranting. I just wanted to get my point across as clear as I can. You guys have any questions or any recommendations you want to see me play certain games with these Joy-Cons, just let me know. And you guys have a good one. Drop a like and subscribe so I can bring you more reviews on games and accessories. And you guys have a good one. Subscribe. Red Crimson 102 out.